Hey, man, we got King Azulai here, everybody. Just so you know, uh, nice man. I've known him quite a bit. Collaborated with him. We're going to talk about occupied Iran and also possibly genocidal Ali Khamenei. Is he going to consider doing a genocide on the Iranian people? Pretty excited. So it's a very somber day. It's a mourning day. We're talking about potentially 50,000 people that have been murdered. So Ben, you and I have known each other quite a bit. When you, as an Israeli, as an American, okay, like what? How do you view the situation in Iran? Like just in general.
You want
Floor
me
is
to be
yours.
100% open? Like, I just
Yeah,
speak
all the
it
way,
out?
all the way.
There's a lot of people, now in the Western culture, they're like, well, you're being a little bit too harsh. The lefties are like, you can't say that. I'm like, you don't understand. People are getting killed, people are getting slaughtered. And it's been a problem in every single country where the Muslims have came in. So I know we call it the Islamic regime, the Islamic Brotherhood, but anywhere that there was Muslims who actually follow the Quran, if there is other people there who don't follow the same exact rules, they will be killed. They will be beheaded. It doesn't matter where they went, right? Whether they went into Yemen, whether they come into Israel, whether they're in Palestine, anywhere they go, Iran, everywhere they go, if you don't think like them, you have to go. And it's very sad because they don't really believe in the life here. We as Jews, we do everything so the Mashiach will come, the Messiah, which means we're doing everything to bring God to us. They're doing everything to leave this world and supposedly go to Allah. But the book that they follow was also written by a man who never, ever, ever showed his prophecy. His prophecy was only revealed to a donkey when he said that it's called a burak, and he rode it in the middle of the night from one city to the other, to Mecca. The truth is that nobody saw his prophecy, and he was a warlord. And people have to be more open-minded to understand that because they're saying, well, it's Islamophobic, right, to say that. But at the end of the day, there's too many people that are being killed and murdered, and they're not being killed by Jews, they're not being killed by Christians, and they're not being killed by good Muslims. And I just posted a video explaining that there's no such thing as a good Muslim. You're just a good human being. And you were born into being a Muslim. And the truth is, if you're a good Muslim, you will do exactly what you're supposed to do in the Quran, which is kill everybody who doesn't think like you and is not a Muslim. So most of the people right now in Iran that got killed are Muslims. Why did they kill them?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like they claim that they're the Islamic Republic of Iran. I personally think that Europe, in particular the UK, my family fled Iran. Uh, we may look at a situation where it's the Islamic Republic of the UK,
Mm-hmm.
because that might be the first one to drop. And as some people know, Eastern Europe was a Muslim territory, from what I understand, from the Turks, the Ottomans. Spain was a Muslim country for like 6, 7 centuries. But it's a good question. Why does the Islamic Republic of Iran, some people consider it a foreign occupier, delegitimate government, illegal government. Maybe some view it as a genocidal leader, free terrorist, Ali Khamenei from occupied Iran, where a potential genocide start. Over 50,000 people have died already in not that long. If they do 50,000 a month, we're looking at 500,000 people murdered in Iran. And vast majority come from Muslim families. Some of them have names like Ali, Muhammad, Saeed. These are some of their names. And these are the sort of people that are getting murdered. Uh, I don't think that represents any sort of good-natured Muslim. No, I think Ali Khamenei is like the terrorist in the United States or the Pakistani migrant who grooms British girls. He looks like an innocent grandpa, but he's actually a psychopath murderer. He's literally a
Yeah.
terrorist. I mean, he
And
terrorizes Israel. I mean, I feel like I feel like as an Iranian person who's also Jewish, I feel like I've been dealing with war and terror, at least not physically there, but since October 7th. It's like October 7th finishes and now this fucking war in Iran. I'm fucking tired of this, bro. And the person that's the conductor of this is Ali Khamenei to a large
would
extent.
would you say that all the Muslims as a whole together, it's an issue,
I think we have standout examples of Muslims. For example, the United Arab Emirates.
right?
I Yeah, like I know
Which
a
I
friend of
said, in
mine.
my opinion,
Yeah.
in, in my the UAE is just not a Muslim country. They just pretending to be one. They're playing along with it. They don't allow the Islamic Brotherhood in there. They are just pretty much born into being a Muslim, but at the same time, they don't actually believe in the shit that they pray. You know what I mean? Everything is different there. Most of the businesses are being done by Christians and Jews over there. They're very open minded. Matter of fact, I say, hey, Arabs are our cousins. We all came from Abraham. And I believe the ones in the UAE clearly use half of the Jewish brain because they're half Jewish, you know? And the other side of the brain, those ones that are still killing and blowing up themselves, I feel like are using the retarded brain. But
You,
I
you're
definitely,
no,
huh?
you're a Jewish man. You're Israeli. Have you ever had a Muslim friend?
Yeah. Matter of fact, two of my top employees are Muslims, and we have that conversation. One of my best students, as you know, I've been mentoring a lot of men around the world. So one of my best students, he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim from Iran. They left Iran. He lives here in Washington D.C. and he works for me as one of the top success managers that pretty much brings on people to the mentorship. And he's Muslim, but he says what? He's like, I was born into it. There's nothing I could do. It's like it is what it is, but we don't practice. He's like, because the second you read about the Quran and you read about what's in there, it's not a peaceful religion. I mean, how could it be peaceful? Every single thing that Muhammad has done, what these men are doing, they're thinking, well, he did it. That is our prophet. It's okay for us to do it. I get that. That's why it's time to tell them the truth.
You think there's big
The truth
pushback?
is, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I cut you
the
off. I cut
truth
you
is
off.
he wasn't a prophet. The truth is he wasn't a prophet. That's the truth.
Do you think that Ali Khamenei will commit a full-blown genocide if left alone now? If Israel does, if you
A
Israelis, if you
hundred.
Jews, yeah,
Of course. Of
hold
course.
on, hold on.
Everyone that rebelled against him.
Yeah, no, but this is because I am Jewish, but I am Iranian. I am American, right? So I want to ask you, as a Jew, okay, you're a Jew, you're Israeli. If your people don't come help the Iranians who want to have a friendship with you, okay, and are getting terrorized by Ali Khamenei, if Ali Khamenei is left alone, will he complete a genocidal path in occupied Iran over the next 6 months if you don't help him?
So at this point, in my opinion, if he's already killed over 50,000 people, that to me is the beginning of a genocide. Right? This is not one or two person. This is 50,000 plus people. That's the beginning of a genocide, clearly. But he also wouldn't want everything to fall, right? He's not going to go into a full on genocide because then everything that he has there will be gone. He still needs the people. Us people are slaves. Doesn't matter that I'm in a Rolls Royce. Doesn't matter that I have money. We're still slaves to the system. We still work. We still operate. We still do the things day to day that helps the cycle of society. So if he would go on a full blown genocide, he would pretty much screw himself up. But would he kill a lot more people? Yes. Anybody that was rebellious, I saw that they went into the hospitals to find patients who got hurt in the protests and killed them on site. I saw the little girl that got killed. I saw another beautiful girl that got killed because she took off her hijab. You know, I saw bodybuilders that got killed that went out to the street. People that are more modernized, right? It's very, very sad to see that. But I doubt that he will have a full blown out genocide in the next 6 months. And let's be real, Israel and the US won't let that happen. Eventually they will enter the war.
Yeah. So I want to let everyone look at an image. So since you were talking about the person, so everyone, this is a little bit graphic. I apologize. I know it's Saturday night, and it's. I'm sorry. I mean, this is graphic. Um, yeah. So this is actually a man who has a catheter. Now, a catheter, like for example, if you have a bladder issue, maybe a prostate issue, basically what a catheter is a tube that is injected inside your penis, and then they can inject like a fluid inside of your bladder. Okay, so it goes through your penis to your bladder, for example, or maybe your prostate, or if you have an issue urinating, that you can urinate into a bag and it comes out of the tube. So if you look, this person in Iran had a catheter um, in his penis, and for medical reasons, and they came in and yeah, they blasted him straight shot. I think he got a headshot. They murdered him. So just so you understand how evil Ali Khamenei is, this Iranian man was in a hospital with a catheter, which is a medical instrument that they basically inject in your penis, through, let's say to your bladder, for example, and then you can urinate out of it into a bag, or they inject medicine into you. Okay. That's what this person had. He was in bed with a catheter, basically. An IRGC, under the direction of Ali Khamenei, walked into the hospital and then looked at this man and then shot him in the head. What do you think about that as an Israeli?
That's very, very sad, man. Very sad. It's extremely sad how ruthless they could be, you know? They have no value for life. But I mean, imagine they go and some of them suicide bomb, they let go of themselves. So why would we believe that they care about anyone else? Everything is about control there. So, for example, cover your hair, that's control. You know what I mean? That's not anything else. That's control. They want to know that they control everyone. The men can't really speak, they can't do anything. It's all about control. It's sad because humans shouldn't be controlled anymore. Like, I feel like every single race has been probably through some sort of slavery. And in 2025, in the modern days, we need to have a better place. We need to leave a better world for our children. Really do. But in order for us to leave a better world for our children, we need to leave better children for our world.
Yeah.
And we have to fix this. And I think this is the time for everybody to stand up. But at the same time, we can't just say it's one man. We have a lot of organizations here. And it all starts from one man, which I would say Muhammad. And under him, you have Hezbollah, and you have Hamas, and you had the Taliban's, right? And Osama bin Laden, and Saddam Hussein, and Arafat, and every single one of them who terrorized, killed, slaughtered, raped, murdered, you name it, all of them follow some law. And that all of that law comes from the Islamic law.
So
Wouldn't
we,
you
so
agree?
I mean, like I don't know, man. Like I'm at a point where I'm like I look at UAE and I'm like that's a Muslim country and they do a fantastic job because I've looked at Israelis, bro. I've been in Dubai, I've been in UAE and looked at Israelis having like I look at Israel and the UAE
Yes,
and I'm blown away at the relationship on the security, the trade, and just the general
correct.
respect. Like the UAE, the kids in the UAE, bro. Like when they go to school, they're not learning to hate Jews and kill Jews. And these are
Right.
Muslims. These are Muslims, you know.
It's
However,
because
however, go ahead.
it's because of one reason only. They don't really follow the Islamic way. That's the only reason. And that's why they're thriving. And they don't want to get heat from everybody around them. So they're saying, hey, you know what? We are Muslims. We pray. We believe in Muhammad. But in closed rooms, they're like, no, we don't.
So Sosa's Sosa. Welcome to the. He's in the stream. Just so everyone. I know it's podcast too, but we have a comment that's from Sosa. I believe he came from a Muslim family. Sosa, are you Iranian? I don't know. Just curious. He says they did the same way they did on October 7. Brutal act of satanic verses. We have Dr. Kavosi. Welcome. Hope I pronounced that correctly. He says evident here, ruthless, globally evident where transgressions and are in integrity and out of it. His first comment was people aren't driven by power, they are driven by the fear of loss of power and its consequences. Sosa said, I was born as a Muslim, and I feel exactly what you just said. I think he was referring to what you said earlier on the stream. Guys, if you guys have any questions for King Wazula, he's literally gotten like, I don't know, maybe a billion or billions of views. Billion would be. I mean, you probably look at his
Billions.
videos,
Probably in total, I would say 25 billion views
25 billion
or more.
views. Okay, there you go. So we got Don Joe. The issue is that just with
It's,
the literalists, he says, which happens to have a much higher concentration in Islam. Okay. So I want to go to a clip here. It's a pretty interesting one. Today in Toronto, which is a pretty cold place right now, as you probably could imagine. Look how many people came out, bro. Look how many people. Just
yeah.
look how many people came out for Iran. Iran. This is in Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill is a massive, massive Iranian American, Iranian Canadian community. Huge, huge Iranian community. They did this in the snow in Canada. It's a suburb north of Toronto. Um, Look at that, bro. Look how many people came out.
That's
So it's like,
beautiful. When the people come together, it's a beautiful moment, you know?
look at that, look at that, bro. Hold on. Did you see that flag? Hold on. Look at that. That's your flag. Boom, Israel. Look at
Uh-huh.
that, bro. Look at that
Yep.
Israeli flag. They got a Jew
Yep.
in there going hard. Look at that.
Yep. I mean, there's so many Iranian Jews, right? Persian Jews all over the valley. Some of my best friends that I grew up with, people I work with. Some of the Iranian Jews are some of the nicest people in the world. Some of the Iranian Muslims, the Muslim Iranians here in LA, some of the nicest people in the world. It's crazy, when you think about it, you see them and you're like, wait, but when we see Muslims or when I see Muslims, in Israel blowing themselves up, the sad truth is that not every Muslim is a terrorist, but every terrorist was a Muslim.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the sad truth. And it ruins the name for other Muslims. And I feel like, okay, maybe it's time to tell them the truth. Muhammad, he wasn't a prophet. Come be a Christian or come be a Jew. We're cousins, anyways. We could all live in peace. At the end of the
So
day, Israelis don't go and try to kill other people for no reason. Christians don't go and try to kill people for no reason. They have done it in the past. Everybody has killed people in the past, right? But nowadays, in modern days, I would say that we could have a very nice, safe place if everyone worked together as a team. But the
Yeah,
second you have a 6, 7 year old Muslim boy opening up a Quran and it tells him to literally shank in the neck a man who is not Muslim, there's verses like that. Take a knife, shank them in the neck. And look, last time when I spoke about this, I got deplatformed.
yeah,
You
I'm
know,
in a
when
unique.
October 7th happened and I spoke, I got deplatformed. I had to buy my IG back. I had to open up more accounts. I got banned from every single platform. I paid tens of thousands of dollars to get my face out there again, to get my platforms back. Just because I spoke about this. It's like you're not allowed to speak about it, but they're allowed to do what they're doing. But now, thanks that we have Uncle Elon and Uncle Trump and Meta is better, then we could share stories like this on social media and be more open about it because I have always a ton of things to say and I love to be just, I like to say whatever I want to say. I like to be real. I hate to have to hold words back and not say it how it is. I hate sugarcoating because it's no need to sugarcoat. There's people being killed here and they need help. They need support. They need love. Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow. That's what I believe. But it's a very difficult time right now and we have to help them.
Yeah, no, we have some comments here.
Share them with
Everybody,
me.
please. Yeah, guys, I think this is a fantastic stream. I think we're probably going to get maybe one of the biggest streams tonight on X. Thank you, Elon Musk. We already got over 456 people here. We just basically started. And I just want to say, please RT this stream. Please share this stream. Please like, retweet, comment. Please ask us questions. King Lazuli is here. We're going to also get into some self-improvement stuff. He's a successful businessman. He was a former bodybuilder. He's also into martial arts, boxing. He has an upcoming fight coming up. But any questions? We have a Q&A. This is a stream. Also, it's not just a podcast. You guys can literally engage, talk. It's not just a one-way discussion. But now going into this, I want to just he's not in character. No, he's not in character. But let me go down. We got a bunch of comments here. Popular guy here, King Azulai. Popular guy. One of my boys. I knew him when he was a pup. Now he's a big lion. Now I'm the pup. Oh boy, I knew him when he was I invested in the friendship early. Fortunately, I had a
Yeah.
little because now he's a very big guy. I didn't know he was going to get this big. Actually, I always believed in him. All right, so we got a comment from
But
Nina.
Nima, you're a great guy yourself, and that is one of the biggest reasons why we're friends. We're very close
Thank you.
because you're a great guy yourself. You have a huge heart. It is what it is, guys. Everybody that's watching this, sometimes social media can get the best of you. It is what it is. It could upset you. We're dealing with a lot of haters. We're dealing with death threats. We're dealing with weirdos. We're dealing with all of that. And at the end of the day, we just want to shine love to the world. As Jews, we're supposed to be the light. And it is what it is. These people, the Islamic regime, the Islamic Brotherhood, they are the dark. And you have to dark with light. You have to.
So we have a comment here, Nina. Welcome, Nina. Welcome. She says, and the media in Canada has not covered this. They're all saying this is CIA and Mossad influence, mind blowing. I want to just start off and just say, let's just say there is some CIA and Mossad, but let's not blow this out of the let's not discredit all the Iranians who just lost their lives. I don't think that's fair. And I think it's almost as a way
I'll
to
tell you what it
discredit.
is.
Yeah, but hold on, because you're Israeli. I know you have like some military stuff, but I just want to say, it's not fair, Ben, to all the Iranians who were died to just say, oh, no, Mossad's not. there's not like 2 million Mossad in Iran right now protesting. No, these are vast majority of these people are Iranian. The thought that Iranian Muslims, Iran, ancient Iran, an amazing civilization, the Persian Empire, the fact that, like, what the heck are we talking about here? Where we're saying this is Mossad and CIA, like it's not Iranians. No, Iranians are pissed off. Iranians are pissed off. It's a way to discredit this whole movement.
It's so easy to blame the Jews. It's so easy. They've always done it. They've always blamed us for everything. We're used to it. It's okay. Don't worry. We are used to all of this. But at the end of the day, the people who are killing, that went into the streets and killed protesters, you can't say these are Mossad agents. You clearly see Persian military, Iranian military. You see that. It's not like all the Mossad agents went and got stationed in Iran, started killing. And it's not like all the Mossad agents went and got stationed in Iran and started protesting. That's ridiculous. These people want to be liberated. They want to be free. You have to remember, they also see things online. They see us having freedom. They see somebody like me in a Rolls Royce, in a $10, $12 million home, traveling wherever I want to go. My wife doesn't have to have a hair cover. We take pictures in bikini and bathing suit. You know what I mean? They see the freedom and they're saying, we want to have a little bit of freedom. We want to also have a better life. We also want to drive a car and not walk to work. We also want to make some good money and eat good steak. It's the little things that they want, but they're not getting any of it. They're suffering over there. Poverty, you name it. They don't allow them to grow. They don't allow them to expand. Over there, if you own a property, they could come and tell you the next day it's not your property. Just like in communism. They have full control over you. As much as you would think you own something, you don't own it. They could come take your own life away. It's sad. We're in 2026. And you can't keep blaming Israel and Mossad and CIA and all of that. And the Russians, and you can't. It's China. No, guys. It's clear. It's black and white. There has always been terrorists around the world. There has always been slaughtering and killing and all that. And it was always the same group of people. They might have different names, but they all have the same beliefs.
So we have California King here. He says maybe you've been lied to. He says maybe you are a liar. He says I get the resentment against guys like this, except for Muslims. We have Krugeri. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. He says the UAE is playing us. They are good cop and Iran is bad cop. Don Joe, he says, LOL, you're a very confused fella. California King says the Jew to the Christian. He says, tired of having Jews tell me what to think about Muslims. Tell us about your own religion. First of all, California King, I would love to know your identity. I mean, you got an American flag. You got this cartoon Anon account, like a coward, like a big fat sissy. If you want to put your face up like a fucking man, we could talk. All right. If you're going to hide like a little sissy, like a little pansy, all right. That's one thing. All right. You're going to give a little bit of respect on this fucking stream too, bro. All right. So Don Joe, I am a Christian. I just happen to know more than you on this subject. Okay. Hey man, I don't have nothing against Christians. My wife's German. All right. She's Christian. Nina says, we are all born Muslims. The hell are you talking about? First of all, I wasn't born a Muslim. I was not born a Muslim. I was born Jewish. That's how I was born.
Nima, do you see how confused people are?
I was not born Muslim. I mean, my father came from a Muslim family, but he was not religious. My father was against the Islamic Republic of Iran. He had the 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 Iranian flag from the 1970s in his home near his desk. He was against this regime. He was a traditional Iranian man. He would tell me Iranians are not Arabs. They're not Arabs. Iranians are not Arabs. All right. And I say that
They're not.
respectfully. I got a lot of Arab friends. Hold on here. San says this guy claimed he took on 40 guys at once in a fight. Just so I'm gonna let King Azulai answer this, but I just want you guys to know I'm a somewhat big guy. He's actually a big guy in person. So he's not a little guy. I don't know if you guys think he's like this little twerp. King Azula is actually a pretty big fucking, you know, if you meet him, he looks like a little, you know, like a special forces, Marines reconnaissance. Go ahead. Would you like to answer that?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. So anyway, this guy I see also doesn't have a photo. I said when I was 13 years old, I got jumped by 30, 40 guys and they didn't take me out, which means they didn't kill me. So that was the story and that's the truth. I got jumped, you know, by a bunch of fags who thought they were going to destroy me, but they didn't end up taking me out. So I went back home, had a little bit of blood, and that was it. And then he says, "Tell him to sign the con." Okay, so this guy came from my tell him to sign the First of all,
He said,
me and Ali Soba are supposed.
Ali Soba is that little
Me and
guy.
Ali Soba are supposed to have.
He's jealous.
I'm supposed to. This is the one I'm. Yeah, but he's the one I'm gonna be having a boxing match with. We're waiting for. We're still negotiating in the UAE with Misfits. So they're not looking to pay us big money, and we're not happy that Tate got 50 mil, and we're not going to get nearly as much. So we'll keep pushing it. We're in negotiations.
I want to come with you, man. I want to come with you. Nina says, exactly. We've been fighting this regime before anyone even knew Mossad or is how to even write it. First of all, I just want to emphasize this to all the wacky wackos. Mossad is not that involved in this. Neither is the CIA. Okay, there's like maybe four. Let's say there's 10 guys in the Mossad, 10 guys in the CIA. I don't know. But there's no way the hundreds of thousands of millions or whatever people in Iran that are going crazy right now are all Mossad or CIA. It's a big credit to all those people who have gotten injured. These people.
So I'll tell you, we have over 7,000 people in the Mossad. All right. They are all stationed in Israel, almost all of them. Some of them are hired in other countries where we need intelligence. They are not Jews or Israelis. Only in the US, some of them are Jews and Israelis. But in other countries, for example, like in Iran, we had a few. That's how we knew where the bomb was being built. These were Mossad agents that were Iranian, and they were Muslim, just so you know, and they were not happy with what's going on there. So they started working with Mossad, and that's how we have intel. They never went to Israel to get trained. Nobody went there to train them. They just wanted their place to be fixed. And that's why they joined Mossad.
Yo, bro, guess who just joined the stream, bro? Ali Soba.
Ali.
Wow. Ali
Mr.
Soba,
Nice
welcome.
Guy.
He says, come on, Mr. Nice Guy. Yalla. Hey, man, I want to see you two fight. I want to see you two fight, man. You guys gonna go at it? What's going on, Ali? What's going on? You gonna fight my boy? It's my brother right here. It's my key, you know. No disrespect, but I'm on Team Azulai, you know. Team Azulai. No disrespect to you. I got a lot of love for the Lebanese, especially your women. Very beautiful women, delicious food, you know. But I'm rocking with King Azulai right now, bro.
Ali is a nice guy. You know, the meaning of nice is naive, clueless, stupid. That's why I told him, Ali, you're a nice guy. And that went extremely viral. So I decided right now I'm going to make shirts and sell them and say, not a nice guy.
Oh, man. Riz says,
Ali's a good guy. He's not a bad individual. He's actually a good guy. And now today, after going back and forth with him, I have a lot of respect for the guy.
We got an Iranian woman here. She says exactly. Ali Soba, Lebanese. He says, Nima, I've been following you for a while. I respect you, but Ben, I want that fight signed, the contract yellow. Hey, listen, Ali, I'll tell you something, man. One of my best friends, his name is Ali. He's an Iranian. But I want you to know something, man. The Lebanese people and the Iranian people, man, we've gotten butchered, man. You know, we truly have, man. Hezbollah has done such wreckage on Lebanon. And I think you're Lebanese, if I'm not mistaken. And then also, you know, Ali Khamenei in Iran. Hezbollah has done so much damage to the innocent Israeli people who have the most powerful, superior, most technologically advanced and inventive military the Middle East has ever seen in thousands of years. The undisputed military superpower of the Middle East is Israel. The undisputed number one, the heavyweight champion of the Middle East is Israel, as we all know. And the thing is that we want to have peace with Lebanon. We want to have peace. You know, I think Lebanese women are, my father used to say this too, Lebanese women are like among the most beautiful women in the world. You have a beautiful country. My mother speaks highly of your country. In the 1970s, Beirut was like Paris. And a lot of Israelis want to have a good relationship with Lebanon. A lot of Iranians want to have a good relationship with Iran. And Lebanon, Iran, good friends. Israel and Lebanon can be good friends. You know, we're close, man. We're close. We're very close. You know, hang in there over there.
We are very close.
But that said, you know, aside from the fact that you guys copied Israeli hummus, you know what I'm talking about. I'm looking forward to you and Ben fighting in Dubai, man. UAE. Let's get that fight going, huh? Ben, what's going on with that? What's the last update with the big fight between you and Ali?
So I'll tell you, the organization that we're gonna go with called Misfits. They are in Dubai. They also do fights out here in Vegas. But the thing is that they're not looking to pay us as much as we're supposed to get paid. You know, if we're both gonna fight, we're big influencers. This is going to be a great fight. Two alpha males. You know, it's going to bring a lot of views, a lot of money. I think we should be compensated in the right manner, right? Like, not just, hey, here's a few tens of thousands of dollars and you guys are going to make $20 million off of us. That doesn't make sense. So we've been in negotiations and we might just go off to another organization. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to see me fight. They've been wanting to see me fight for a very long time. Now people also want to see Ali fight. I think we're going to easily bring in $20 to $30 million just from this fight to them, to their pockets. I think we should be compensated accordingly.
Yeah. So we have African American. I think Emmanuel Shahid. God bless you all. Hey man, God bless you, man. God bless you. Riz asks, do you both think it would be better for Israel's image and just the state moving forward if they found a new prime minister? Just so many of you know, this, I mean, I'll go first here, Ben, then it's you know, we can both answer individually. I'm not an Israeli citizen. I do not work for the Israeli government. I have no involvement. I don't have any rights in Israel. I'm a Jewish person. I don't have an Israeli passport. My allegiance is America first, clearly. I have a great empathy for what's going on in Iran. My parents came to the United States from Iran. I am Jewish. I love it. I do love Israel. I was just there earlier this month. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm not an Israeli citizen, and they have their own problems. And frankly, I don't want to talk about who they decide as their leader or not. On a personal note, without knowing about their domestic politics, I will say though that I think Benjamin Netanyahu did a superb job after October 7. And if you think about what he did in the 12-day war with Iran, not only does he have the most powerful military the Middle East has ever seen as the undisputed number one superpower that all the countries fear in the Middle East is number one is Israel. Just the modesty of it, the fact that he goes out of his way to keep civilian casualties at a minimum. If you look at Ali Khamenei, he actually wants to have it looks like maximum casualties. It's admirable how Benjamin Netanyahu keeps the casualties to a minimum. And there's a reason why so many people around the world, millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people admire Benjamin Netanyahu, not just because of how smart he is, philosophical he is, how smart he is as a commander in chief, undisputed number one commander in chief in the Middle East, but his benevolence, his compassion for the Iranian people, and how popular he is in Iran is extraordinary. Millions of Iranians want him to come to Iran and save Iran, and they want to have a good relationship with Iran. In fact, many Iranians think that the Israelis, the Jews, like Ben, owe them a debt. I think maybe that because Cyrus the Great freed the Jews in the Persian Empire. You can read the Bible and you can hear about the Jews and the Persians. I think that the Jewish people may owe them a debt. Honestly, I think it is up to Israel to help free the Persians. I think that 2,500 years of friendship, they're both not Arabs. Jews have existed in Iran for 2,500 years. There's no reason why that friendship should not keep going. I mean, this is 47 years, 1979 Islamic Revolution in Iran till 2026. This is small when you look at 2,500 years of history. That's my take on it, Ben.
So look, I'm also an Israeli citizen, and I'm also an American citizen. I have dual citizenship. I have worked in counterterrorism. I did travel all around the world. I did take care of shit that people don't even want to hear about. I've been on both sides. And I can tell you this. Benjamin Netanyahu is doing the best job that anybody could do. I wouldn't ask to have him replaced by anybody besides myself maybe in 5 years. If anybody should become the prime minister of Israel in 5-7 years, be somebody like me. Somebody that has been around the world, has done the things that I've done, worked in counterterrorism, been an American citizen and an Israeli citizen, have done business worldwide, been through hell and back, and people that are very, very powerful, like myself and him, mentally. It's not just about physically, right? It's mentally so powerful that they can handle the stress that he goes through. Would I want his position? Probably not. But I don't think there is one man in Israel today who could be in his position and not get a heart attack. Like, you need to be mentally a very, very strong individual. He's been to war, he's seen death, he's seen killing. I've seen best friends die right next to me, head blown out. We see that shit and we continue life and we're okay. You need people like that in power. The reason you have the United States is such a powerful country today is because there's somebody like him, like Donald Trump, who's in office, who is just plain power and ready to do whatever it takes to show that he has power. And someone has asked in the past, like, was it Israel first or American first? Let me share with you guys a little secret. Everything that happens with Israel and happens with the United States, it's the same thing. Israel is the 51st state of the United States of America. So the people are like, why are we sending money to Israel? All the money goes into things that we are using over here. A lot of people are very angry with Jews. Most of the things that you're using today, the internet included, was invented by Jews. So if you guys are so upset with Jews, why don't you stop using everything that we have invented?
Work today.
We literally do everything to make the world a better place. And I would wish that people would actually appreciate that. On the other hand, they look at us and say, we hate them because they're doing things that we can't do. People hate you because they see in you the things that they can never achieve. That's why they hate you. Hate only comes from the bottom. It can't come from above. So when people talk shit, and it's amazing that the world now has the internet and all this BS that people could get on here and just say whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that the world has to be ran properly. and I don't think anybody could run Israel as well as somebody like Bibi. I guarantee you.
Yeah, so we have somebody here, Ricardo. Maybe his real name is Abdul. He says he's not Lebanese. He's talking about Ali. You're not Iranian. Yeah, you're right, bro. I'm not Iranian. My name's Nima. I look like this. I'm not Iranian. You're right. Don't tell everyone, bro. Don't give up my secret that I'm not Iranian. You're both the Jews.
Ricardo for sure right here is he's Iranian. Farsi medune khubi chetori.
Ricardo's more like Abdul in Pakistan, bro. That's what they do, man. They come in here, they troll like shit. You know, they come and troll. Okay, we got this. Nina. Nina, that emoji looks good, man. Be good if you shared your picture. Get some women in here. She says, love this. More power to Israel, Iranians, and Jewish people everywhere. We got AK-47, big boy warrior. He says, big fan, Nima. Hey, man, welcome. We got Emmanuel Shahid. He says, Ricardo is a closet Islamist.
Where's Emmanuel Shahid from?
Bro, I think people have been, maybe, I don't know what it is, man. Tonight's stream, I think people are a little bit relaxed. Nina says Nima's Iranian, stupid Ricardo. Yeah, definitely, bro. Like, who the heck would, like, come on, bro. Like, my name is, like, as Iranian as Cello Kebab. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. I'm not Iranian. Like, that will never work with me, bro. That'll never work on Iran. Like, you may fool Americans, you'll never fool Iranians with that. All right. Guys, so I want to get into some footage, more serious note. So this is Iran, unfortunately. Ben, we're looking at some footage. This just came out. The Iranian protest. It looks somewhat quiet, man. I think what they've done is they've pretty much scared the heck out of people to come out. But obviously this is propaganda because they're trying to make it look like it's not that many people. This is a Canadian, basically communist. So this is the protest that they're having in North America. You can look at people that came out. Let's look what she says.
Practical, urgent action.
U.S. President Donald Trump is seen by many to have stood down from pledges to intervene if protesters were killed.
Iran canceled the hanging of over 800 people. They were going to hang over 800 people yesterday. And I greatly respect the fact that they canceled them.
Reza Pahlavi, exiled son of Iran's former Shah, says he still believes Trump will act and that he has a role to play.
I will return to Iran. I am uniquely positioned to ensure a stable transition.
He has a constituency, not universal, but it does include Sarah, who believes he has the best chance of changing Iran's destiny and so that of her family back home. She's received only a brief phone call.
My mother said people are afraid. People have nothing in their hands. They go out and they face live ammunition. They face bullets and they die.
More video of security forces using lethal force was posted recently, along with more images of the dead. Activist Soran Mansournia says fear works, but not forever.
I expect less than 3 years we have another wave of protests in this scale and even much bigger.
Hope, he says, can't be entirely extinguished. Margaret Evans, CBC News, London.
What do you think, man? You think this protest, from the Israeli standpoint, like just as an Israeli man in the United States, how do you think? Do you think this is it? Do you think, like, if you were to make a prediction, if you were to make a prediction on when this is done, when this is all, the Islamic regime is done, finished, and Ali Khamenei cannot commit a genocide like a freak in occupied Iran, what do you think? How long until occupied Iran is free?
Well,
What's your prediction?
First of all, he needs to go out. He needs to be taken out. That's for sure. That will be a beginning, right? That'll be a start of it. But I don't see it ending anytime soon, unless we go in there and mass kill a bunch of people who are at the top. You know, if the Islamic regime, you have to completely disarm them, remove them from power, put other people in power, and you're gonna have to kill a lot of people in order for this to stop. But I feel like the world is coming to a better place, right? You're always going to have a lot of killing and problems, and in order for the world to come into order, it always happens. It happens like this every some years. And I really don't believe that we're going to go into World War III. I feel like we're in a good position that the world is not going to get into world war. And I feel like if somebody like Trump and Bibi does go in and do what they need to do, I don't think that the world will get extremely upset about it. You know what I mean? Like when we went into Gaza, everybody was screaming. And the reason we went into Gaza was one reason, was just to bring back hostages. We said, give us our hostages, we won't come in. But they took 253 hostages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So over here, I feel like the world is not going to scream the same. But it's crazy to me how everybody was free Palestine, like it was a fucking trend. But then this happens in Iran, and people are not free Iran, right?
Yeah.
Like people should be screaming louder. Like this should be all over the U.S. This should be all over every Western civilization should have that. Free Iran, free Iran.
So I want to play this clip, see what you think about it. Here we go.
It's a potential transitional leader if the regime falls. He now says the collapse of the theocratic regime is imminent.
The Islamic Republic is...
This is CNN footage from CNN. This is Reza Pahlavi in Washington, D.C. yesterday. He's talking about, he's the son of Iran's last Shah.
Close to collapse. Ali Khamenei and his thugs know this. That's why they are lashing out like a wounded animal, desperate to cling to power. The people have not retreated. Their determination has made one thing clear. They are not merely rejecting this regime, they are demanding a credible new path forward.
Almost 2,900 protests have been killed in more than 2 weeks of anti-regime demonstrations. That's according to a U.S.-based activist group, which says more than 22,000 have been arrested. Iran's security forces are only acknowledging about 3,000 arrests. The country has been under internet blackout for more than a week, so information is hard to come by. But CNN's Ben Wiedemann got a firsthand account from one Iranian who recently fled to Iraq.
The snow-covered mountains separating northeastern Iraq from Iran are cold and forbidding. But just days ago, it was over these peaks that one desperate Iranian activist fled. We met 34-year-old Farzad.
Hello, Farzad. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Ben. Not his real name, in the Iraqi city of Suleimaniya, requesting we disguise his identity for fear of retaliation. He told us what he saw in Karaj, a city northwest of Tehran. In one small street, he recalls, the security forces killed at least 6 protesters, as well as a young woman who was shot and killed as she chanted from her balcony. According to an eyewitness account reported by Amnesty International, one hospital in Karaj received more than 80 bodies. The protesters, says Farzad, are fighting back. People set fire to mosques to protest the symbols of the Islamic Republic, he says. They broke down the walls of the governor's office and set it on fire. A member of the Kurdish minority, Farzad says he was imprisoned 4 times in the last 9 years for participating in protests. This time, he says, it's different. Society will not commit suicide by accepting the poverty and disastrous life the regime has imposed on it.
See, that's the thing, bro. A lot of people don't know this, my man, but the banks right now in Iran are basically facing a collapse. I mean, the thing is like, yeah, I get it. Some people get upset if you say this is an economic protest. I get it. First of all, I'm not a communist. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not IRGC, so everyone can calm the fuck down. But I'm just saying, however, I'm saying, to say this is not an economic protest, I know that's a sensitive thing. What I want to say is it is not one thing. People hate the government. People want self-determination. They want free elections, right? People are in an economic disaster, right? There's sky-high inflation. It's very, very challenging in Iran to have, bro, in Iran, in Tehran, bear in mind, Iran should be one of the richest countries in the world. And Iran was a rich country in the 1970s because
I was gonna say, it needs to look like the UAE right now, if not even better. You know?
Yeah, hands down. So I mean, it's just the fact that they've managed to take all that oil, all that money, and still screw this up. I mean, they got rich themselves, but you get my point. Well, they put.
Of course.
It's like, you know what it is? Like, it's like, imagine you got $20 billion. Maybe most people would say, okay, let me do something fun with it, whatever that is, right? Or let me go build something or just have fun, do luxury. Ali Khamenei is not built like that. You know, it's like for him, he's like, oh, I got $40 billion. Let me go to war. Let me try to topple America and terrorize the world like a psychopath, right? So this is not just an economic protest, man. Yeah. But it is also an economic.
I'd have to speak for.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would have to say this for myself and the people that I surround myself with, which are mostly Jews. We never look at someone else's. It is what it is. I mean, they like me the most.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, most of my friends are Jewish. And at the end of the day, all of us always look at the other person's cup to see if he has enough to drink, not if he has more than me to drink. And when you have these leaders who look only into their bank accounts, into their pockets, and they don't give a shit about the people, then of course it is also an economic war. It must be, because people are facing poverty. Some people don't have money to eat. When people are hungry, they're willing to die. But then you also have the control. So you're controlling them. You're not feeding them. You're not taking care of them. You're not giving them any rights. Nothing. So you pretty much have slaves. But we're in modern days now. And that's how it is also in Palestine and Gaza. Right? It's exactly the same, just way worse in Gaza. And now it's in Iran, and it's been like that for a while, but it's getting worse and worse, and the people see it's not getting any better. You know what I mean? It's not getting any better. They've waited. They've waited for long enough. I mean, how much longer can they wait? Look, they're willing to die for the cause of this change. And it's not only men, it's women too that are willing to die. Normally women don't think about the future. They're not willing to die. Shmatayim Zakan Echad Afadchanim. So funny.
What is it?
Someone wrote in Hebrew, you with the beard, like Fatchanim, like almost like you're embarrassing us, you know? You know, it's funny.
And no, so hold on. So I can't read Hebrew, man. But you know, however, I want to tell you something. All right. So the fact is when they put this propaganda on CNN or whatever media, and they're like having Americans and Europeans look at Iran as this like quiet place right now, how the protests are finished. You could say that's partially true. And I get what they're trying to do, but it's not because the Iranians stopped caring. No, it's because of the fact that people are trapped in their fucking home. People are trapped in their home like all day. So what they're allowed to do is basically you know, they're like have a small window where they can go outside and let's say get household items. I mean, that's how bad this situation is, and they got Arab militia on the streets, and like every store has this like these terrorists. The regime is like, yeah, like you're hearing loud Arabic.
If anyone is eating this bullshit, if anyone is eating this bullshit, he's a fucking idiot. And the fact that they're showing it shows how stupid they are. Oh, it's calm, it's relaxed here. Matter of fact, there's flowers all over the streets. Yeah, for the people who just got slaughtered. You know what I mean?
I mean,
of course it's quiet. Nobody wants to die right now. They've seen their brothers and sisters die. They're not even allowing them to come pick up bodies. They're telling them, give us money to get the bodies because we wasted bullets and time. And if not, they're literally mass burying them.
Yeah, I mean, look, I want everyone to understand Ali Khamenei is a genocidal maniac in occupied Iran. And there's an actual genocide, not that fake Mickey Mouse genocide that the Palestinians said Netanyahu did. Okay. And their population got bigger.
Netanyahu could have pressed one button and all of Palestine, Gaza, whatever the fuck you want to call it, would have been blown the fuck up.
I mean, right
the tunnels
now,
too. With the
right
tunnels too.
Right now, Iran is a open air prison. Some may call it a concentration camp with 90 million people. And the world's just looking at a genocidal maniac like Ali Khamenei, foreign occupier with Arab militia, Afghan, potentially Pakistani.
If Ali Khamenei would have the chance, he would get rid of all these people. You know what I mean? He's keeping them just as workforce, as slaves. But other than that, if he had the opportunity, he would slaughter all of them. That's why the second he gave him a little bit of opportunity, what did he do? Boom. 50,000 people.
Yeah. I mean, I just think this is crazy, bro. I think the fact that, you know, a lot of people are wondering, man, are we going to not, you know, are we going to leave, you know, are we going to just leave the Iranians? I don't think this regime makes it more than a few more months. I think that that's the maximum. I don't think that this is going to go further. But I think a lot of Iranians right now are like, look, when the Iranian protests started, Donald Trump was basically encouraging them. And he was telling these protesters, look, man, keep going, keep going, keep going. He told them that the United States is going to support them, right? Material support. And that he would come to their aid against Khamenei. And he kept encouraging them more and more and more. I mean, he literally was telling them directly. And I think that right now, a lot of Iranians are like, hey, man, no help ever arrived. And then to make it even more disgusting for many of them, Trump thanked the Islamic Republic for not executing hundreds of protesters. So I think a lot of Iranians right now feel betrayed. I will say warfare is very ugly. I think if anything, Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu and Reza Pahlavi, they want to do this in a way where it minimizes civilian casualties. I don't think it's as easy as they just bomb something and it's over. I think Ali Khamenei prepared a defense is going to get nasty. This is an ugly war that we're looking at. I don't think it's that they can't do it. I think it's just maybe not the right point yet. Go. What do you think, Ben?
It's very easy for them to use human shield, right? Very easy. So a lot of casualties will come out from a war like this. A lot of people are going to die. And that is exactly why everything has to be very strategic. You know, but we do have a lot of intel and a lot of information, and I'm sure as soon as we get the go-ahead from Papa Trump, then obviously we're going to attack. Ali Khamenei obviously could die like this in a second if Bibi Netanyahu just decides to strike. As much as they hide, we always know where they're at. We always know where they're at. And this is from somebody that was on the inside. We know where everybody's at.
So just so everybody knows, I'm about to go back to a clip. So Ben is an actual Israeli citizen. Contrary to popular belief, I am not an Israeli citizen. I am a Jewish man. I'm an American citizen. I'm not an Israeli citizen. I have no involvement with the Israeli government, never did, nor the Israeli military. But Ben is an Israeli citizen. All right, guys. So here we go. About to go back into this clip right here. And boom.
Tells me the people are way beyond that. He too heard of U.S. President Trump's vow that help is on the way for the protesters in Iran, but is skeptical. At the last moment, Trump raised the hopes of the people, says Farzad, but behind the scenes, he could be making a deal with the regime, claiming the Islamic Republic told me executions have been suspended and all is good. But all is not good. While the internet blackout continues, some video is leaking out showing demonstrators still in the streets. Bullets from the regime, Farzad told us, cannot stop that. Ben Weidman, CNN, in northeastern Iraq.
President Trump
Come on,
says
they
he
blacked
alone
out. They blacked out the internet. They're doing whatever they want to do over there to the people. Come on. This
Yeah, I mean,
regime is evil. It's extremely evil.
what do
Poor
you?
people, to see them like that, you know, I feel like shit just sitting here in a Rolls Royce, to be honest with you.
I mean,
I feel like shit looking at that.
I want to ask you, man, because you're a Jew, you're Israeli. For the Iranians that are listening that feel like you've abandoned them and you have the number one most powerful superpower military the Middle East has ever seen, you're the undisputed champion of the Middle East. Everyone in the Middle East fears Israel. And there's a reason, because you guys are so inventive and ahead.
We're the smartest people on the planet.
So what would you say
We're the
to
most advanced, and I'm telling people.
Yeah.
Everything
What would you say
has
to the
be-
Iranians? What's your
Yeah.
message to the Iranians who feel that the Jews like you, the
that we
Israelis, like
do,
you, have abandoned them?
that we do, that we get so much heat from the whole world that anytime we do any kind of attack, they like hold on to that for years and years and years. There's no move that Israel could make without constantly being looked at with a fucking microscope. And that's the problem. And I've said this a million times in Israel when I spoke, you know, a lot of my cousins and my uncles, they're either in government or in the military. They've been in the military for a very long time. Half of my cousins are assassins. Like here in the US, you're not allowed to have assassins. Over there, it's a very normal thing to have assassins. I could tell you that I've said many times to them, like, why don't we just, boom, do what we need to do and don't give a fuck what the world says, because the world is going to speak anyways. And it is but what it is. We have to play by the rules. And we can't break the rules because the whole world looks at us. Now, let's be true about some things. Israel didn't exist that long ago. Israel was given to us. We have agreements. We can't just do whatever we want. We're being controlled by others who control the world. Why isn't the UN coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah, another terrorist organization. You know what I mean? So we have contracts and agreements where we can't just do whatever we want to do. We can't. Although we can. Physically, we can. We could take anybody we want. We just have to have the okay to do that. People say Jews run the world. It's actually not true. The world is ran by different people. Not Jewish, not Christians. It's ran by others. And at the end of the day, we still have to answer to somebody. But I really wish that we will help Iran and the Iranian people and to help them remove the Islamic regime. And we all know that once we remove them, then you have to continue with other countries, right? We can't stop there.
Yeah, I mean, one country that causes a lot of problems, as many people know, is Pakistan. It's a country that actually was just pretty much like made up, 1947, and so many people that they terrorize are in India, man. Those Indian people take it, bro. Those Indian people they just take so much. They just take so much from these people. You know, it's sad, honestly. So I want to play a clip here, guys. Ben, you got another 20 minutes? Could you do another 20 minutes here? Or
I can do as long as we want. I mean, you were talking about Pakistan, and it's ridiculous what they're doing there. And then they let them into London, and now in London, they're fucking raping little girls. You know what I mean? It's just...
And they get away with it. And they get away with it.
They get away with it. Big time. 6 months in jail for gang raping a fucking 9-year-old. They're fucking sick.
So I'm about to play a clip. This is from Sky. She has pretty good content here. Okay, here we go. About to get started. So this is someone named Babak. I assume he's Iranian. He says, "Dear POTUS," this is to Trump. He says, "The state media of Iran's Islamic regime has just aired an interview with the Attorney General of Tehran. He stated that whatever you said about the regime not executing arrested protesters is false. He explicitly declared that the regime will execute them and you can't stop them. Speaking during Friday prayers in Tehran, he dismissed your remarks with profanity and promised regime will execute the detained." I'm about to play a clip of him speaking.
Where is he located?
What?
Where is he located?
This is in Iran.
In Tehran?
Yeah. This is in Tehran, and this is the Attorney General of Iran.
برخورد نشده با 800 نفر از کسایی که توی این اغتشاشات بودن.
خب ترامپ همیشه حرف مفت و بی جهت خیلی میزنه، غلطم میکنه.
Yeah, so he's basically he did ask him that question. He is answering it with a very disrespectful way to Trump about Trump. He's open.
رئیس جمهور آمریکا ترامپ توییت زده بود با 800 نفر از کسایی که توی این اغتشاشات بودن.
خب ترامپ همیشه حرف مفت و بی جهت خیلی میزنه، غلطم میکنه. ما برخوردمون برخورد قاطع، بازدارنده و سریع هست و الان تعداد زیادی از پرونده هامون منتهی به صدور کیفر.
Yeah, so you can just look at his voice and the way he talks. This is a psychopath. This is a psychopath, bro. And there's no remorse. This Iranian man has... You can feel that, huh? You don't even understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't understand, but I understand body language, the tone of voice.
And the thing is that he's complete. Not only is he doesn't have to worry about the police, he's actually like the police. Like he actually has. Can you imagine you're in a fucking country, bro, where this jerk off is openly like saying F you to Trump and openly like, yeah, we're going to go after these people and kill them, basically. Like Trump's going to do nothing. Like this is the insanity, bro. This is what can come to the Islamic Republic of the United Kingdom. These British people are getting hammered, by the way. I don't know if you know what's going on. I don't know if you've been to England lately, bro. They get hammered. They take so much abuse from Sultana.
I have not been there for years just because of what's going on there. My cousins went there, had coffee in London. A guy just literally just walks next to their fucking their table, snatches their phone and runs off. And another guy goes, don't chase him, you'll get stabbed. It's just a phone. You know? Like, why the fuck would you go to London?
I don't know how these people take it, bro. I honestly don't know. I don't honestly know how these people, I don't know how the British just take it. But yeah, they take it, man. They take it. All right, guys. So here's the thing. just so we can, just so we can completely understand. So I want to ask you, you're a Jew, you're an Israeli. You have the most powerful military the Middle East has ever had. Everyone's scared of you. What do you say to the Iranians who feel that they're waiting for you and waiting for you? They want to be your best friend. They love you, and they feel that you've abandoned them. Like if you were to say to the protesters in Iran something right now, you're a Jew, you're an Israeli, what would you say to them?
I would say that the power that they feel within them is the power from God. It's not just the Jews that could come and help. It's God himself has to put himself in their situation and come and help them. Every time something has happened to me, or I was in a very bad situation, there was one thing that I went to and was always God. And I feel like as much as the Jews want to help and people around the world want to help, it's a very difficult thing just to go in there and do what we can do. But I feel like if the Iranian people will continue to fight, then eventually Israel will get involved. But remember, if Israel does get involved, you're going to have a lot of casualties. No matter what you do, you're going to have a lot of casualties. And I feel like in a war like this, we need God. You know what I mean? Because we're fighting literally the devil. You're fighting the devil. You're not fighting normal humans. Any human that could do that is not driven by God. He's driven by the devil.
Yeah, I mean, speaking to your point, man. I mean, I'm about to. So it's just going to be this is about to be a little bit of graphic advisory, guys. What I'm about to show. Again, it's like just maybe cover up a little bit if you're sensitive. I'm about to play some more footage. Just pull this up here. Have a little bit of technical difficulty. 1 second here. It's yeah, Ben. I mean, this has been affecting you, though, huh? As I pull this up, this whole thing's been affecting you. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It really is, because I've seen it happen to my people, right? And at the end of the day, I'm all for the human race. I don't care about religion. I'm a Jew. I'm a strong, strong believer in God. I know God exists. I love our Bible. I love our traditions. But in my ways of seeing the human, it's like the human race. Know what I mean? Doesn't matter what they believe in. And for me, I'm here for the people. They're good people, and there's a lot of good people around the world. Look, for sure there's more good than there is bad. For sure. But for every force, you're going to have equal and opposite force. You know?
Yeah. About to play this clip. All right, so guys, this is graphic. I found it. I just want to say a little bit of graphic discretion advised. 1 second here. Nina says, "Come on, Nina, you were being nice. Don't act like a bimbo all of a sudden. We were nice and polite." I don't think you were talking about us. I think you were talking about somebody in the room, actually, because you're a very polite girl. I don't think you would say anything like this. But if you were defending us, you're a real one.
Yeah, for sure. She's speaking about that California BS King.
Yeah, I don't think you would
Nina,
do that.
thank you. No, it's not for us.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you, Nina. You're a real one. I don't even know what you're saying that about, but I don't think you're a bimbo. I think you're a real one. So I wouldn't think you would do that. So I don't even know. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt about the comment. She says, guys, this California BS person. Oh, okay. It's 10,000% a Muslim. No way he lives in SoCal. He doesn't know Iranians. No way. Oh, thank you. Yeah, California King, you're a big fat sissy. You got to show your face, or you're going to be a big, sissy the whole night. We're going to go into this. We're going to go into the clip. All right.
Oh, yeah, I saw this clip, man. It was. Look at that.
So there's footage that we're looking at right now of Iran. We're looking at body bags. This is just fucking gory, dude. It's just. I mean, is this going to come to the UK? Is this coming to India? Is this coming to the United States? I mean, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? What are we doing? Are we actually going to allow this guy to get away with it? You know, we love you too, Nima. We love you too.
You have to go in and just, I'm going to say flat out, right? You just have to kill all of these terrorist organizations. Kill all of them. Anybody who shot a bullet and killed an innocent person because they protest needs to go. There is no place for them here on the planet.
Did Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel ever do anything like this to Israelis?
No, never, ever, ever. And there's protests all the time against Bibi. There's protests all the time. But it's being paid for by the left. But he will never go into the streets and kill people. He doesn't put people in jail. He says, if you want to say this, it's fine. It's free speech. Just don't hurt people on the streets. Don't break anything. Say whatever you want to say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just so sad that this guy can just get away with it. So we're gonna go back into some more footage. This is footage.
He's not
of the
gonna
people.
get away with it. He's not gonna get away with it. He's gonna die. No, he's gonna die for sure. That I guarantee you. I give that 30 days. He's dead. Might take a little bit longer, but he's dead. He's just a dead man walking. So you have to understand. For example, the FBI in the U.S. They don't just come and arrest anybody. They wait, they sit down, they wait, they watch you for a few years, collect money, defraud people, and then they come to you. And the same thing here. They just let you do a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then boom, they come to you and they take you out. But they have to have a good reason, right?
So yeah, I mean, so it's possible that right now we still have craziness going on. Here's some more footage. This came out today. You can hear. So this is of a highway. There's a fire on the street. There's cars that are jammed. I mean, these guys are fighting, man. These guys are fighting, bro. Shout out to everyone who helped us get this stream to number 2 so far. I mean, the other people ahead of us have been doing it, I think, for hours longer than us. So it's pretty amazing that we got that far up. Thank you, everyone. Please, thank you, everyone who is commenting, engaging. And if you're enjoying this stream, please retweet it. Please share it with 4 or 5 of your friends right now. That's a big way to tip us. Just to share it with like 4 or 5 friends, that's a big way to tip us, so please help us get this out so we can get more great engagement. It's a nice conversation with everyone Saturday night, having fun. We go to comments here. She says in Don Joe, he says, in political science, a proxy war is an armed conflict where at least one of the belligerents is directed or supported by an external third party power. We have Farid. He says Netanyahu not killing the Israelis, but killing Palestinians. I mean, bro, I don't know if you've ever been to Israel. It's this incredible. It's such a beautiful country, man. They have Muslims. They have Arabs. They have Indians. There's a lot of Indians. The problem with not having Palestinians in Israel now, unfortunately, as many people know who've been to Israel, I was just there earlier this month. It's very sad. It's actually very sad. The Palestinians that were in Israel that had jobs, like let's say they worked in the kitchen, right? And, the Israelis were trying to help them out. But the Palestinians come, and they come with such an unappreciative attitude, so repulsive, honestly, so disgusting, that they were not appreciative of the Israelis helping them. after they took them from their poverty. They bring them to Israel. They give them a job. They look at him as an equal. And the Palestinian just looks at him with such hate, and they do such terroristic BS in Israel that they had to get rid of him. Hold on, Ben. They got rid of these guys. And guess what they do? They bring in people from India. They bring in people from India. And the people from India, they come, they work, good workers. They're not bitching and complaining.
And the Philippines.
And the Philippines.
And the Philippines.
And Israel's safer.
And Thailand.
And Thailand. Yeah, and the people are, bro, but I in particular, you know, I was amazed. I was like, they were so polite.
18,000 Palestinians were coming into Israel every single day to work. We provide water, we provide concrete, we provide medicine, all of that to Palestine, to Gaza. Now, there is Palestinians who actually live in Israel.
Yeah.
In the time that Israelis came to Israel, you know, Jews came to Israel, not Israelis, the Jews came to Israel, and we were living amongst each other. The problem is that they kept creating war and kept fighting with us. So slowly, the ones that were fighting with us, we pushed them out. Eventually, that turned into Gaza. And we said, okay, you guys can't come in here because you guys are killing us. That is how they got pushed over there. And the ones that weren't killing us stayed to live in Israel. And they're called Israeli Arabs. They're Arabs that live in Israel. Some of them are Muslims. Some of them are Christians. Majority are Muslim. And we have mosques in Israel. And there is no problem majority of the time. But sometimes you have some fucking crazy kids who are brainwashed, who are highly paid by the Islamic regime, by terrorist groups. Could be Hamas, could be Hezbollah, could be anybody, right? We don't know anymore where they're coming from, but they're coming from somewhere. And then they blow themselves up, or they go kill a bunch of Jews, and innocent Jews. They don't go and kill soldiers. They're killing innocent Jews. Soldiers are innocent as well, because there's a lot of soldiers that are just in Israel protecting Israel. They don't leave Israel, right? They're just in Israel protecting. For example, the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. You have soldiers everywhere. They don't go into Gaza. These guys are meant for the Wailing Wall to protect it so people won't come, so terrorists won't come in and kill Jews. Like, why do we need to be in a fucking little fortress, prison? Why do we need to live like that? But we're nice enough to keep them there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you.
Like,
I thought it was. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you think about it, you know, I want to say this. If for example, Mexicans or cartel would come in from Tijuana into San Diego and fucking killed everybody at a party at the San Diego College and took 253 people back to Mexico, there wouldn't be Mexico anymore. There wouldn't be Mexico. You wouldn't be allowed to speak Spanish in the US. Matter of fact, Spanish wouldn't be a language anymore in the world. Nobody would think, are we going to kill people or not kill people? Casualties, not casualties. We would absolutely remove Mexico off the map. That's America. America doesn't fuck around. But with us, with the Jews, they know they can fuck around. Why? Because they know that the whole world looks at us, and anything that we do, everybody screams.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, bro, is like, I thought it was one of the smartest things Israel did. I was amazed when I was there earlier this month, and I noticed so many Indians, you know, working in the restaurant. And I'm in Israel, and I'm telling you, I was having lunch with my friend Ron in Israel, and I'm looking at all these Indians, and I'm like, Ron, how come there's so many Indians in Israel? This is just earlier this month, by the way. And he's like, yeah, they got rid of the Palestinians because the Palestinians were causing too much trouble. And anyone in Europe and the United States knows what that means when they say Palestinians causing too much trouble. I mean, they come with
You
their
want me to tell
terrorists.
you what they were?
Well, hold
You want me
on,
to tell
hold
you
on.
what they were?
They're
Wait, you want to
terrorists.
know what they were doing? You want to know what they were doing in the fucking food in the hummus?
What?
They were pissing in the fucking hummus. They were finding it in certain fucking restaurants where they would piss in the hummus.
I mean, they were also doing terrorist attacks. So they got rid of the
Yes.
Palestinians. They brought in the people from India. And now everything's fine. And the Indians come to Israel. They love Israel. You know, out of all the countries in the world, believe it or not, the number one country that looks at India with the most like favorable view, like the most respect, is Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So when Indians come to Israel, it's like so good. The Palestinians that are there, and I got Palestinian friends. I'm not saying all Palestinians are like this, but it was such an issue with them. The disrespect, how unappreciative they were to come into a country like Israel after Benjamin Netanyahu was so friendly to them. To come in there with that disrespectful attitude, they got rid of him. And now I'm telling you, man, Israel's a whole new. It's like it's safer, bro. Because the Indians, a lot of them know what these terrorists are like because they had to deal with it in that made up country called Pakistan, the made up country that didn't exist prior to 1947.
Yeah. They used to have a king. His name was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. A real king. Great time back then. A real leader. Still in India, all the policemen, they have little stripes for Chhatrapati, you know? So they have great history, great religion, Hinduism. It's beautiful. It's about peace. It's about fasting, you know, very, very similar to Judaism. A lot of things about it is very similar. And
let me ask you a question here, Ben. So since October 7, as you know, when these terrorist beasts from Palestine, they attacked your country, Israel, you looked at Iranians go raise money for Gaza. And now you find Iranians who are against the Islamic regime. Yet the IRGC was basically the daddy of Hamas, right? Mm-hmm. And this lady, Dr. Nazarian in America, she said, so now they want to speak up for the people of Iran, but they were shilling for Hamas for 2 years. What do you have to say about that as an Israeli? What do you think about Iranians who did that?
I feel like a lot of the footage that came from Palestine, from Gaza, has altered their perception in a way. Some people actually believe that a lot of bad things were happening there. So I understand that, right? Picture speaks more than 1,000 words. So a lot of the people that were doing the fundraising and all of that, they didn't know the truth. And if you didn't know the truth, then you are forgiven, that's for sure. But it's good that they know the truth now. And as Jews, we learn to forgive, we just don't forget. But the good thing about us is that we forgive because we know that everything that happens for a reason. We are here for a reason. Me and you are having this conversation for a reason. The people watching us, they're watching it for a reason. Each one of us are a piece to this big puzzle. And we have to know what part of the puzzle is missing, which is us, and where we're supposed to place that piece. And I feel like me and you are doing a lot of the good work to place that piece in the right place. So Jews are very forgiveful. We forgive. And I've been hurt by people in the past, and I've been fucked over and backstabbed. But we have in our religion that if somebody apologizes, you have to accept it. You have to accept their apology. So take a look at Gaza. We got our hostages back. We could have said, hey, fuck these motherfuckers, and just right now just blow the heck out of all of them. But we didn't. We didn't. And I bet you that Netanyahu is working on some sort of a way to create peace. Although we all know that they will never want peace.
Let me ask you, Ben, you on a personal note, man, you did quite a bit of bodybuilding. You've had success as a business person. For guys who want to achieve success right now, just get healthier, more successful, what would you like if you were to talk to someone, right? Like on the street, and he's just trying to come up. He wants to get fit like you. He wants to get successful like you financially. What would you tell him? What was your secret?
I feel like your physicality and your mentality are linked, but also your spirituality. They have to all be aligned. I have something I call the holy triangle, where you're successful all around, which is the money part, the physique part, right? So financially free, also being very, very healthy, and having a family. Those three are the most important things that a man should have, and that's the holy triangle. But the one way to do it everything has been through consistency and discipline. So when I got in the gym, I didn't get in there just to build muscles. I got in there every single day and made sure that I don't stop coming back there, to bear the pain, to understand that the pain will create growth, to come in, although you don't see results every single day, or in the first day or 2 days, or even 50 days. But after 100 days, you're a new man. So it's extremely important as a man to do whatever you can to be as fit as you could be. Because when you're extremely fit, you feel extremely good about yourself. And feeling good is so important to making money. Because everything is energy. And when you meet another man and you want to close a business deal, or if you want to sell them something, they have to feel your energy. Your energy has to be right. Your mind has to be sharp, and your physique has to have an authority figure physique where they see you and they feel like they will be taken care of. There has never been a deal that I came to and never actually closed the deal. And one thing that everybody has to understand is that authenticity is the highest form of frequency. And if you could be authentic, you could sell to anybody. So for example, if I was a guy starting today, one, I would learn sales. Sales is the best job in the world because everything around us is sold. And no matter what you do, you'll never get fired if you're a great salesperson because they always need you. And then selling, once you learn how to sell, every day there is some sort of transaction that you're making, whether with your friend, with your wife, with your kids. You have to sell to them.
Yeah.
So sales is like the number one job in the world. And in my opinion, most jobs are going to be gone completely in the next 2 years. So selling is extremely important because that is something that's going to stay here forever. If you could get fit, I believe that a six-pack is way more important than having a six-figure net worth. And clearly, most people don't know this, but it's way harder to get a six-pack than to become a millionaire. There's 24 million millionaires in the US. There's only 80,000 people with visible abs. So if you could get a six-pack, when you walk in, men see you and they're saying, okay, this is a guy I could count on. Why? Because he went through the sweat. He went through the hard work. He's disciplined. He shows up every day. He's consistent with his diet. He doesn't put any shit food into his body. My body is my temple. Why would I shit in my temple? I don't. Everything that goes into my body is fuel. Fuel to make me feel good and look good and perform at the highest level. So if you feel good about yourself, and you look good, and you feel all of a sudden like a high performance man, you're going to make a lot of money. Because it's not the money that made the person that I am, it's me that made the money. But that took the right attitude. And no matter what I do, I take God with me. Every single morning, I pray and I say, thank you, God, for waking me up. I thank him. I don't look for him when things are bad. When things are bad, I say, thank you, God. I know you're trying to strengthen me. But when things are great, I never forget to thank him. So every morning, I thank him. While we're here on the stream, I thank you. Thank you, God, for bringing me in front of these amazing people who are watching us and hoping that we could somehow make this world a better place. And before I go to bed, I thank him again and I say, if tomorrow I don't wake up, at least I know I'm coming to see you. So when your spirituality and your mentality and your physicality are all linked and aligned together, there is no way for you as a man not to win. There is no way. And if I have God on my side, who else do I need? I don't need anybody. And I believe this. The Creator created us, and in us he created creativity. The most important conversation I've ever had was with myself, not anybody else. So when I ask questions for myself, I get all the answers that I'm looking for. I don't need anybody to give me an answer. I find the answers. The problem is that nobody in the past decade have taken an hour to ask themselves how they feel and how they are, and stepped away from phones, stepped away from TV. Just go into the wilderness 1 hour and ask yourself, how are you doing, man? I guarantee you'll get those answers. I literally sit with myself and I say, you know, Ben, how are you doing now? How are things going for you? We haven't talked in a while. We always think about others. What about you? How do you feel today? You know?
Ben, let me ask you, if you were in
And
Iran
this
right
is,
now, Ben, let me ask you, if you were in Iran right now, you were a young man, warrior, and you're unarmed, and you're looking at foreign occupiers outside of your country, your homeland. Israel didn't come, Iran didn't come, Trump didn't come. You're alone. What the heck would you do, man?
personally, I
Yeah.
would do everything to just keep my parents and my family safe. And I would not go into the street and protest. Personally. Because if I die, then I know I can't take care of them. I would not risk my life. Especially leaving them behind in a regime like that. You know? I've risked my life many times working in counterterrorism and traveling around the world to catch terrorists. I've risked my life. I've risked it numerous times. I've almost died. I was captured, gun to my head. I almost died multiple times. But I knew that my family was good here. I knew that I was doing it for the right cause.
Yeah. So what would you do? So what would you do though if you're an Iranian, you want freedom in the country, you have this terrorist regime? I mean, what would you do? I mean, you're Israeli. I know that you're an Israeli that has respect and you want freedom in Iran. I know you're upset with what's happening here. So I'm just curious, like, how would you encourage them to get their freedom?
Honestly, the more they're going to fight, the more people are going to die. But the more people that are going to die, the more likelier it is to happen. You know what I mean?
So what would you do? What would you?
As much as I would want to fight it, I mean, if I'm unarmed, it's going to be very difficult. Very difficult.
So
most likely, I would have kept my family safe. and I wouldn't have went into the streets personally.
But if you didn't go to the streets, then we wouldn't even have gotten to this point, right? If everyone took that attitude, then Khamenei would just have stayed in power, right? Or what do you think?
Yes, you're right. You're right. But I also know that I wouldn't be able to help if I was dead. You know? So unless I would go in and fight to become the leader of the country, then that's something else. I would be able to acquire weapons and fight and battle and go all in into a civil war, right?
Yeah, but if you're Iranian,
I'm the guy that would go into civil war. I'm that guy that will throw over a country. I'm that guy. I'm that leader for sure. But if I don't have any weapons, and we're just going in there to walk the streets, protest, and getting killed, what am I gonna do? How much can I do? You know, just gonna get killed.
Yeah, but Ben, you're an Israeli, right? You're Israeli, you're Jewish, you want to free Iran, you have Iranian friends. I'm Iranian.
Yes.
So you know Persian Jews, right? So my question to you is,
I would say I have Iranian brothers, you know? They're brothers to me. People I grew up with since I was 10 years old.
Yeah, so I'm asking you, you're Israeli guy, and you want a free Iran. You want to help these people in Iran. You're upset at looking at these people in Iran. You're Israeli. And these Iranians, they want freedom, man. The situation is so bad. Their friends maybe got murdered. Their daughters, their sisters maybe got raped, murdered. The economic The economic situation is so bad. And maybe it's 4 or 5 families. Who knows? Maybe I'm exaggerating, all in one home. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking you is, if everyone just goes home and listens, Ali Khamenei stays in power, he's going to continue to terrorize the world, right? And he's going to terrorize Israel, your country. So what I'm asking you is, how in the heck can they get out of this situation? What would you tell them, man, if you are inside Iran right now? What practically? Or would you tell them, hey, let's just join the IRGC?
You put me in a tough situation. Because I hate seeing innocent people go, So a lot of people are going to die. But if I could speak to the people, I would say it's probably better to be dead than to be under a regime like that takes away everything you have, right? Because you're not really living. You're just surviving. So I would say fight to the death.
What about your mom and dad? Who would take care of them?
If I was there at this moment, I'd probably be one of the people fighting. As much as I would want to keep myself out of it to keep my family safe, I'd probably be the guy that everybody will remember forever, that overthrew a country. And it's hard because when you really think about it, when you put yourself in that situation, you're thinking, well, who's going to take care of my parents? Who's going to take care of my brother, my sister, my nephews? It's a very difficult situation. But if I'll die a martyr, I guess in a sense, I'm doing it here because I get constant death threats for speaking the way that I speak, But my mother also gets death threats. And I receive death threats, letters coming to my office, things like that. Some people found out where my office is. So I moved an office. Told you I got a new place. So, it is what it is. I am risking my life. But at least I know that my family is good. They're left with money. They're good. Everybody's good. In that situation over there, it's like I know my family wouldn't be good. So it's hard. It's very hard. That's why it's so sad for them, because they don't have weapons, they don't have artillery, they don't have what to fight with. I feel like I just want to come in there with weapons. Trump, let me go. I'll go to war. You know?
Do you think that if the Iranians just had weapons, like you're also American, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you support if Trump said, "Okay, we're going to give these guys 100,000 weapons, and we'll let the Iranians at least fight for themselves"? Would you support that?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I support that for sure. Yeah, I mean, they need to be armed. It's not fair for them to be in an open area where they're being shot at. Come on. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's mind-boggling to me in 2026 that we still go through this. You know?
You think it's a big loss if the world doesn't at least arm the Iranian protesters?
Huge loss, because these are the good Iranians. So you're letting the good die. It's a huge loss.
Would you be
We need
disappointed?
more good souls in the world.
Would you be disappointed though? Like, would you be disappointed if they didn't find a way to get these guys arms?
Of course, I think the reason we're on this live right now is hoping that it's going to get out and enough of us are going to speak where Papa Trump is going to go over there, send some troops, send Israel, send whoever we need to, and kill this Ali guy. Doesn't sound like a nice guy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like a concentration camp right now in occupied Iran.
It's
And
exactly
it's
what
like,
it is. That general said they caught how many? 22,000 people and they're going to kill them? How are they going to kill them? It's exactly like a concentration camp. That's what it is.
I mean, basically, Ali Khamenei is on a genocidal psychopath leader who has an open air prison, a concentration camp with 90 million Iranians. You're Israeli, you're Jewish. How, like, I mean, I don't know, man. What do you, like? Don't you think we have to do something here? Like, I mean, how the heck are we just looking at this, bro? How the heck are we looking at this?
We're doing the best that we can. We're doing the best that we can, man. It really, I told this to people that I know. I said, look, I want to become the president, either the prime minister of Israel at some point in time or the president of the United States. I hold both citizenships. I would have done things differently. I would have been there already. I'm the guy that doesn't give a fuck what the world says. I do what I want to do, and I do it how I want to do it. But I'm the good force, right? But in this situation, it's almost like we could only speak here and open more eyes and ears to whatever is happening. Because I wasn't crazy deep into the whole thing until like 2 weeks ago. Right?
Yeah.
So, and then the past few days, I got more and more and more into it. So people need to hear this. It's fucked up that everybody was like free Palestine, but not free Iran. It's time to free Iran. Iran was beautiful. Zoroastrian was a beautiful religion too. So it was really prospering, to be honest with you. I've seen pictures from the 1900s, not too long ago. Late 19 was also beautiful. But slowly, when you have leaders like that, like Ali, who comes in and just cares about himself, a person that's willing to kill so many people and still wake up in the morning and believe he's right, that person's got to go. Must go.
When you look at Israeli TV, what is it like the Jews say, like on Israeli TV? Like, what would you say that is popular, inside of Israel with the TV? Like, how are Israelis overall looking at this domestically?
We feel it very strongly because of the fact that we go through that, right? We go through these things where you have Palestinians coming in and just killing people. We go through that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we feel for the people, and we want only the best for the people. And everybody, we're extremely sentimental, and we feel. Israelis are very empathetic people. Like, we feel what people feel. We really do.
I
But
lost you for a second here. 1 second, brother.
my
Oh, here we go.
my
Got you.
phone. Hold on a
Yeah.
second. My phone. Hold on a second. My phone is almost dying. Let me see if I can connect it to the car. Hold on.
Yeah, guys. So I'm about to play some more footage of what's going on here. So
Hold
Iranian
on 1
doctor.
second.
Yeah. So Ben's just putting together some technical things here. Ben, while you're doing that, I'm just going to go to some news here. Guys, so just as Ben's doing that, we're now in a situation where Iran report says 16,500 dead in genocide under digital darkness. Witnesses tell of the brutality inflicted on those taking part in anti-regime protests that are said to have left 16,500 dead under an internal blackout. So there you go, folks. The Sunday Times has obtained a new report from doctors on the ground in Iran, which says at least 16,500 protesters have died and 330,000 have been injured.
That's crazy.
Bro, that's a lot.
That's crazy.
I'm talking about dead. I mean, just for context here, everyone, just so you know, just for everyone to understand, that's like what over like October 7 didn't even maybe killed how many Jews did October 7 kill, bro?
1,300.
1,300. Okay, this is 16,500 dead. 16,500.
Yes, absolutely.
Mark Levine here says that he calls Iran a concentration camp. I'm going to go to this footage while I'm
connecting some things here.
You know, you're going to come on regularly Fridays, which I'm glad.
All right, guys. So just so everyone knows, this is
are.
Fox News' Mark Levine and Sean Hannity. They're going to talk about Iran.
And you're writing a lot. And I feel very passionate about this. We lost 20 to 30,000 students. They're in line to execute many, many more. And when Donald Trump says help is on the way, that is their only lifeline, sadly.
You know, Sean, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I want to talk to my fellow Americans for a minute. The vast majority of these people who protested and are being murdered and held in prisons, being tortured and raped, are young people the age of your children and grandchildren. You go online and you look at these photos, you see 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds dead, their eyes wide open, looking into the sky. They had to wonder, my God, what's happening to me? Their prisons are filled with thousands and thousands of these young people who want what our kids want on a Friday night in America, to go to a movie, not to be forced to cover their hair and their face, to dance, maybe have a drink if they're old enough to go out on a date. This is what they want. This is Persia. The Persian people are Western people. That's what they are. Do you know what? Iran today is a concentration camp. The lights are off. The electricity is off. It's dark. There's no communication except for Qatar's communication system, Al Jazeera. People are being dragged out of their homes tonight as I speak. They're hiding in their homes. They're being executed summarily. The prisoners, who are the age of your children and grandchildren, are being tortured and raped. It's not 3,000 dead. I just read it's 23,000 dead, and the number's going up. You can't see there. You can't hear there. Maybe they're not hanging people, but they have bullets. They're killing people, and they are abusing these people. Now, people say, what is it our business? Now, sometimes there are things we cannot do. The Uyghurs and
I mean, just real quick here, when people say like, oh, it's not our business, it's not our business, just so you know, there's no way that Russia and China don't want China to win. I mean, Iran to win. There's no way Saudi, Qatar, maybe even, like in general, those Arab countries that have a lot of oil, they wouldn't want a situation where Iran maybe is vulnerable and sanctioned, right? Because right now China buys Iranian oil at a discount. Okay, if Iran's able to sell their oil at a standard fair market price, that's not good for China. So let's not mistake the fact that there's other countries involved here. Now, we cannot play a part in this, and that's definitely what Russian and Chinese propaganda, Qatari propaganda, Iranian propaganda, Pakistani propaganda will do to convince Americans. And they will put on social media, America first, don't get in foreign countries, and they're doing it with fake bot accounts. But then they're doing it. They want control of the Middle East. It's not like Chinese Communist Party wouldn't want to have a big military, headquarter in Israel if they could. It's not like they wouldn't want to if they could. It's not like this is a fantasy that we cannot hide in a world from our competitors, from the people who hate us. We can't. We just cannot. It's not like everyone's libertarian. Like it's just not like that. And we can only get protected for so long with having the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. The bottom line is the KGB put so much propaganda in these Arab countries to hate the Jews, hate the United States. They basically ghost wrote those United Nations forum policies to hate us. Look at what they did in South Africa. The United States and Israel pulled out of that phony baloney forum because it was basically like a KGB shop, right? So, they want to have fake American accounts and buy our schools and buy our education to lean on these leftists, to empathize with them, and to call Zionism racism. Why, America's an imperialistic country. This is what they're doing, and it's a disgrace. I mean, Ben, what are your thoughts on it?
You can hear me clearly, right?
Yeah.
So men at the top always wanted control. Of course they did. But the crazy thing is that in westernized culture, it's been so easy to manipulate the people because of so much brain-rotting information that is out there. That's also why I say today, if you want to win, it's so easy to win because all of the men are completely broken. All of the men are extremely weak. And what has happened? It's like the men has allowed women to come into control. And then all of a sudden you have a failing society because nothing is in control anymore, right? It's completely out of control. And it's so easy for places like China, like Russia, like the Muslims, to come in, because as we're sitting here arguing if a boy is a boy or a boy is a girl, the most famous name in London for babies now that are newly born, or all over the UK actually, it's Muhammad. Even in Israel, the most popular boy name in 2025 that is newly born is Muhammad.
In Israel?
While they're, yep, in Israel. Israel is America. And the women there are following the same thing that American women are following. We don't want kids now. We don't want them early. We can wait till we're 30. It's fine. They're also all brainwashed. Half of the men are gay. You go to Tel Aviv, half of the men are gay there. It's became different. Tel Aviv is like West Hollywood. They put something in the water. So, of course, it's easy to fucking manipulate a society that is so broken and weak. And if they could manipulate it, why not? Men need to become men again, and women need to become women again. The problem is that women want to be men in Western civilization. In the West, women want to be men. The problem is when it's time to stand in the front line, they won't do it. And now they want the men to stand there, but the men are weak. They're pussies. So now you have a problem of a failing society. Birth rates are extremely down. So of course China is going to say, well, let me try to control that. Of course Russia is going to want control of that too. Of course they're going to work as a team. And that's why we have Trump now. So we start focusing on men becoming more like men. So people can be healthy and not obese. We have the biggest problem of obesity in the US. It's a huge problem.
It's interesting, bro. A lot of people don't notice. Okay. A lot of people don't notice. But the concept of a hijacked plane actually did not come from bin Laden on 9/11. That concept actually came from the KGB, which was basically Soviet intelligence, So like in the 1950s and the 1960s, the KGB was like, okay, well, how do we scare a powerful country without fighting their army, right? And the KGB understood one thing, that the answer was psychological warfare. And that's why even in 2026, they are known as like the best at psychological warfare. So they don't need the tanks. They don't need a big army, infantry. They don't need nukes. They just shake the heck out of your country with fear. And think about the fear.
Hold on.
Hold on. Think about imagine if you scare the public into thinking that if they get on a plane, the plane can crash, right? So the KGB would look at that and say, very smart people back in the day, they could look at that and say, okay, what's the cost benefit view of that if we hijack a plane? So one guy with a gun or a fake bomb controls 200 civilians. They shut down the airports. They get headlines all over the world, and they humiliate, let's say, the American government on television, right? So they didn't even go to a battlefield. There was no army, but they took that fear and pumped it into the society, pumped it into the population. That's literally asymmetric warfare, like 101. So that's it. So my bottom line here is that the KGB understood something. And I think that the West was pretty slow to understand it. Like, if you look at soldiers die, people have like a tolerance for that, right? But people don't like to tolerate innocent civilians getting banged out. And when you hijack a plane, you're saying you're not safe. You're not safe anywhere. And it's like what you said earlier in the conversation. You said control. It's about control. That's also control. So when the KGB did that, they didn't even need to do it themselves. This is how smart the KGB was, that they can train someone, or they can help provide the propaganda to these Arab countries to hate the Jews and hate the big Satan, America. Then you have somebody like Al Qaeda come in that's trained, funded, advised. They're a protected proxy. You got left-wing militant groups. You got Palestinian factions. The KGB loves saying liberation. If you notice, so many of those movements, Marxist liberation. Anyway, they come into America. They've already been trained how to seize an aircraft, how to negotiate, how to use hostages as leverages. And then they do the attack, and then everyone's upset with bin Laden. And then, just when you think it can't get any worse, or for us, good for them, the KGB will pump out propaganda and disinformation to blame the Jews. Then they'll say the Jews jumped out of the World Trade Center. They'll say the Jews were the ones who did 9/11. That's how good their KGB propaganda is. And I'll tell you something else that's even crazier. Do you know what happened on 9/11? Do you know what anniversary it was on 9/11? There was a guy named Felix. I'll tell you, it was a guy named Felix. And he built an agency. That agency was called the KGB. What a coincidence. No one's heard that on this app, guarantee you. And they got away with it, bro. They got away with it. Russians are smart people, man. I respect that. I hope Russia becomes our friend in America, bro. Like, I want to have a good relationship with Russia, because they're never going to be anything more than a bulldog for the Chinese Communist Party. You know, like a pet, not a pet, but like a little brother. With us, they could be an ally. You know, I want good relationship with Russia. I think they're very smart, and the way they did that was very smart back in the day. You know,
They are very smart. For fun, they play chess. They don't play checkers. You know?
Yeah, bro.
They're very smart individuals.
Bro, Putin is literally known. Putin is literally a successful KGB officer. He was a student of psychological warfare. He was obsessed. Putin was obsessed with like symbolism, humiliation, and the historical messaging. So just think about it. 9/11 was actually on the anniversary of the KGB's anniversary. Now, there's more things like this, bro. The fact is that they're so good at psychological warfare that they somehow managed to, layer one, blame it on the Arabs, bin Laden. And then layer two, blame it on the Jews. Layer three, blame, let's say, America. America did it. CIA did it. But layer four, is that they fucking helped plant that shit so it hit our country. And they're so far, and that's so removed. Bro, the KGB is so good at it that they would get books. KGB officers would make books to smear and make Zionism look like racism, to hate America. This is several decades back what the Soviets did, man, with the KGB. So it's much better to have a friendship with Russia, man. I'm all for find a deal with Russia. So they just stop doing, like, we make a deal. Hey, stop doing this propaganda. We're going to do business with you, but you got to stop. You got to stop. And I think they're better off and we're better off if we're good friends. I mean, you tell me what you think.
No, if we're allies, for sure, we're better off. I mean, I learned how to speak Russian for a reason. You know,
wow,
most of my friends were Russian. Yeah. So, you know, I learned it for a reason because they're very smart. They're very much like Israelis. I like the fact that they think 10 steps ahead. And I think if they'll be our allies, it's going to be great. I'm a huge fan of Putin, I'll be honest with you. So some people don't like to hear that. But I'm a huge fan of Putin. And the reason, I don't know if you know, but Putin was raised in a Jewish home.
Oh, really?
He was taught to read. He was taught to read and write in a Jewish home. And that's why he has extreme, like crazy respect for Israel. When I came with an American passport, they're like, nope, you need a visa. I give them my Israeli passport. They're like, go right in. That was the first time that I didn't know that yet, you know? And then after that, I just come in with my Israeli passport. Like, oh, you're Israeli? Come on in. Brat, davai. You know, brother, let's go. So they have huge respect for Israelis. He was raised by Jews. His parents were always, you know, away. And the place where he lived, the neighbors were Jewish. And they taught him how to read, how to write, how to think, how to, you know, operate. And obviously you could see the great man that come and the great leader. Some people hate him. Oh, obviously he creates war. He kills people. Everybody kills people. Everybody. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, bro, is like Russia actually has a lot of. Russia has things to win with Iran. I guess, like no one's like when you think about it, like they both are against America, right? They're both against it. And the bottom line is Russia and Iran have a pretty good partnership, man. You know, a lot of people don't know that they also have like a 20-year strategic. They did like a comprehensive strategic partnership. So they work with each other on politics, economics, defense, technology. So they look at it with the, you know, like a very long haul approach. And then Russia gets the Iranian markets. They both actually face sanctions. Both Russia and Iran face sanctions. So they work around them. You know, like Iran will go to Qatar. Qatar basically launders their money. But yeah, man. So Iran has oil. They have resources. And then Russia has these refinery capacity. They have transport networks. So they cooperate with each other. You know, and Iran's an energy partner, and
we should cooperate with all of them, right? We should be saving the Iranian people, cooperate with Russia, work with them, be our ally, work together as a team, and I feel like that's something that's going to come very soon.
You know, also let me tell you this, man. A lot of people don't notice, but that Iran actually supplied Russia with those drones and the missile technology as Russia was going after Ukraine. So
really?
Even though Russia,
I was sure it was China, but
maybe China was involved. Yeah, but Iran was definitely involved.
Beautiful.
Iran was definitely so good. So you have a comment here. Nima Taylor says sometimes it feels like our world is built to be a permanent state of war, whether large or small. America Uncensored, nice picture. She says the Kremlin has been funding the Nazi Groypers because just like Hitler, Putin believes in mind control and brainwashing. We have VWVY Straya says, Ali, you're a nice guy. Is Ali even still here? I don't know. Eye in the Sky just reposted. Thank you, everyone. Sky, thank you for reposting. Everyone, if you liked it, liking the stream, about to go off. We went long. We went 2 hours and 20 minutes Saturday night, man. But I want to say,
and I gotta get to dinner. I
got
dinner reservations in 30 minutes. Good thing I'm already dressed up.
Nice, man. Nice. Well, hey, man, everybody, if you enjoyed this stream, I ask you to please retweet it and share it with a few friends and like and engage. Man, we got the number. I'm looking at it right now. It looks like we got the #1 stream. Man, you guys are amazing. We haven't do. That's just pretty cool, man. I'm gonna pop this up, man. That's pretty nice of you guys. You guys have been amazing to us, and listen, man. Before we get out of here, any closing thoughts, Ben, and where could everyone find you?
If anybody wants to find me, my name is King Azulai. Anywhere on social media, King, and the last name is Azulai, Azoulay. pretty much I'm here for the people. I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. I say things that a lot of people say, oh, it's polarizing or it's controversial. But I just say the truth. I'm going to be more on X. I've never been on X before. I just started going on X in the last few days because I wanted to see more like raw content that you don't see on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, you know. They share more crazy stuff on X. And matter of fact, I do like it. So I want to be on X as well. And if you need anything, reach out. I mentor men. That's what I do.
Ben, if you could, man, please do a reply, man, with your X account so people could find you, man. You know. Other than that, the podcast is going to come out within the next.
For some reason, I can't hear
you. I was just going to say the podcast will come out, guys. Are going to do this on podcast, but for those of you who are not, who would rather take this in like that, but I just want all of you to know, thank you so much for the engagement. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, and joining the conversation, joining the stream. And please follow my boy, Ben, great guy, my friend also. I've gotten to know him quite a bit. We met in LA, we met in Miami, and hope maybe next month I'm back in LA. I'd love to get lunch with you and your beautiful wife. Very nice girl, very nice lady. Other than that, thank you very much, guys, and have a good evening. Thank you, Ben. Enjoy dinner, man.